Well, I know it's been a while since I did a video, basically about 6 months. Unfortunately, that's because everything has been on back order or took way longer than what I was told. So I finally got the block back month and a half, 2 months ago. But just this week, uh, I got the I finally got the pistons and the rods. And the bearings and also the new crankshaft. All that came in and was balanced um, by, oh, geez, totally drawing a blank there. Um, Modular Head Shop down in Florida. So that stuff got balanced. Just took forever for the diamond pistons to come in. They've been on back order. Basically, I have all that now except for switching to studs from bolts for the mains, and those are still on back order. Modular Head Shop said placed the order 6 months ago, still on back order. They won't give them a time or an estimate, but they were hoping 3 to 5 weeks, so going to be a little bit longer. But I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to get the rings filed and to the right sizes. Get them the wrist pins and the rods and everything on the pistons. So basically, just kind of doing what I can. The head finally got done. Again, it took them 6 months to do the head. They told me 3 weeks. Took 6 months, but that I took care of. I paid them last Thursday from those guys in Arizona. And I guess he's kind of like split his shop. The shop that's doing the heads is now Razor's Edge. It's kind of the same name from Fast and Furious. But that's the new shop, I guess, the part that's doing the heads. But they said 3 weeks. It took them 6 months to do it. So I don't know what the deal was with that and what the holdup with those guys was. But it's finally done. It should have shipped last Friday, so hopefully we'll be here sometime this week. Again, I don't know what the deal is. I was told with the block to sleeve the block would take 3 weeks, and they had it for over 4 months. The pistons, I don't really have anything bad to say about Modular Head Shop. I mean, the pistons is out of their control. Diamond, as everybody is just super backed up, and then great thing that happened with the head is Modular MMR, Modular Motorsports Racing, that sleeved the head or sleeved the block here. They sleeved it to the wrong size. So the pistons had come in, but I had to get them canceled, pay the restocking fee, get them shipped back, and get the new pistons ordered, which again took another 6 to 8 weeks. So that delayed all of that because they bored this to the wrong bore size. They Modular Head Shop originally had said board a little bit smaller than stock, so that when they sleeve it, you get a little bit extra on the sleeve, in case you have to rebuild it or whatnot a few times. Leaves you a little bit on that as far as that goes. But Modular Motorsports, MMR, or Modular Motorsports Racing, they normally go over, so they went over a couple thousandths, and they said they never have any problems with that. He said the guy just missed the note on it to go smaller, so they just automatically bored it to their normal size. So they went over. He offered to rebore it to the right size or give me new pistons, since he said that they never have any problems when they bore it over. I said, well, that's fine. I maybe would have done that eventually anyways, then had it rebored over. So that was fine. But they said since it was their mistake, and I was fine with leaving it at that bore size, they would get me new pistons. Well, I told them I did not have normal off-the-shelf pistons. I had very custom, pistons that I had ordered from Diamond through Modular Head Shop. And he's like, well, that's fine. He goes, it was our mistake. Whatever you order is what we'll get you. So I explained what I had gotten, that they had the extra coating on the side of the pistons. They had gas release valves in them, or gas, not release valves, gas ports in them, and a whole bunch of other stuff that was on them. He goes, oh yeah, I know those style pistons. We use those in our race motors. He goes, that's what you got. That's what we'll do. So they got them shipped, and I was very surprised when he said, we'll have them within a week, couple weeks. I was like, wow, that's pretty quick considering the other ones I was told like 6 weeks on. So they shipped them to the module head shop so they could be balanced with everything else. They did not send any wrist pins, or they didn't send any rings or anything like that. And the pistons, I guess, just looked like they were off the shelf pistons. I went back and forth a couple times between the two shops, and basically MMR said that he checked with his builder, his engine builder, and for my application those pistons would be just fine, and they don't really do the gas ports. He goes, they don't really believe in that, and the coating they normally don't do unless they're doing 2,000 plus horsepower. So it was kind of weird, I'm like, okay, well, even if they don't believe in it or they don't do this or that, this was my engine the way that I want it done, and I wanted that stuff, even if they don't necessarily believe in it. I'm the customer, this is the way I wanted it, and he didn't do that, and the pistons didn't look of the same quality, I guess, from the other head shop, from what Module Head Shop said. They look like just normal off-the-shelf pistons. So I ended up basically telling him, hey, I'm just going to send these back to you because I don't feel comfortable with doing this in my engine. I'm like, how about you just refund me for these pistons, and I'll apply that towards the restocking fee and all that kind of stuff to get the other pistons ordered. And he asked me how much all that was. I told him like $175 to do the restocking and all that kind of stuff. And he goes, okay, fine. Well, you send the pistons back, and I'll just credit you $175, which I thought was kind of weird, considering the other shop said those pistons probably were $500 or $600 pistons, and I didn't just keep them, which I could have tried to sell them or something. Maybe sold them for $400 or something. I was trying to be nice, and I said, well, I'll send them back. That way they can use them on a different build, because it sounds like they use those pistons all the time, and hoping he would just credit me the $500 or $600. But instead, he just credited me $175 just to cover the restocking. And he's like, well, the next time you do something, you let me know with us, and I'll make sure I get you a really good deal. I didn't say anything, but I'm like, you guys bored it to the wrong size. Told me 3 weeks. It took you 4 months, and you're giving me off-the-shelf pistons, not the pistons I want. So I didn't really say anything to him, but I'm just like, you know what? We're never doing business again. Even though everybody told me, hey, MMR, man, these guys build race motors, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 horsepower race motors. These guys are the best, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. My experience, maybe it was a bad day or something, but my experience was not good with them. I personally will never use them again. I probably just should have shipped it to L&M Engines out in Pennsylvania, where I got the cams from. They do this stuff. He's a good guy. A little grumpy sometimes, but he's a good guy. So I probably should have shipped it to them. So I guess in the future, if I have any problems, I'll probably just going to ship it to L&M out in Pennsylvania. So that kind of sucks and caused delays, caused problems, reordering the pistons and everything else. But so basically it took all summer to get all this done, and the car's not here, as you can kind of see. The body is still on the south side. He's still working on getting the custom wide body kit done on it for me. He's got the backs done, but he really wanted to have the motor in, the engine in, I should say, so that he had it at the correct ride height before he did the fronts. The front, always that way he knew what height that was sitting at. So always he said he'd be guessing, and he'd rather do it at correct ride height. So I got to get the motor put back together and everything, and then he'll have to bring the car back over. I'll get it put in and then go back to him, and he'll do that. So basically at this point it'll be springtime now, before anything gets done. So all this fun stuff, my mistake in putting the pistons in wrong basically is going to cost me a year and about quite a bit of money to have all of this fixed and redone. But I guess you live and you learn. So the pistons and stuff are inside. I don't have the boxes out here. I said show the boxes, but that is all done. So like I said, hopefully the head will come this week, and I'm going to start getting everything back together. I got the engine, the motor here, out the engine out of the case it was shipped in. Got it on the engine stand, as you can see, and I'm going to start putting it back together this week. I just kind of was doing some cleaning up today around the garage and getting everything prepped and ready to start to do it. So I'll start working on getting the rings in the different, mark them and get them in the different bores and get them filed to the correct sizes. So sorry, this was a long video, but it's been 6 months since I did one, and I was just trying to get everybody caught up on where I'm at and why there had been no videos for 6 months, just due to all the delays and people telling me one thing, and then everybody tell me, oh yeah, no big deal, we'll get it to you in 3 weeks, or we'll get this done in just a few weeks. And like I said, the block, it took 4 months, the head took 6 months. The pistons took forever, but that's just because everybody's having a hard time getting parts, and they're on back order. So that's nobody's fault about the pistons, and they had to be reordered because of the block. But I digress. So that's where things are at. So hopefully the videos will start coming a little bit more here now that I got most everything back. Another piece should show up this week, and I can start to get working on building and putting it all back together. So thanks for watching, and thanks for tuning in. All right, bye.